Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the podcast. This is Big Reptile Talk. This is the show where we bring animal keepers from all over the world. We chop it up with them, see what they got going on. Of course, before we get started, we got to give some love. Shout out to my brother, Mile High Mutations, for being a sponsor of the podcast, man. Y'all go give him some love. He's producing amazing animals. Shout out to my guy, Eugene, over at Morphed Ambitions, man. He's producing quality ball pythons. And not just that, that boy got mulch over there. Even if you don't get a snake, go over there and get some mulch. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to my guy Paul Large Morse, man. Just a super good guy, man. I appreciate you for being a channel sponsor. And of course, I got to give my boy Mike, MKL Exotics, man. He's out in Canada and he's producing some amazing hog noses. So make sure if you need a hog nose, you hit up MKL Exotics. Just a super good guy. Shout out to my brother Fries Critters, man. I appreciate you for being a sponsor. Mad River Servants and Rattery, man, just has shown me nothing but love. So thank you for sponsoring the channel. He's producing amazing ball pythons. Make sure you hit up his Instagram, his Morph Market, give him some love. Shout out to my brother Moreno over at You Already Know Morse, man. Anybody will tell you I love Exantic ball pythons. Exantic, I'm pretty low maintenance, man. I love the Exantic morph and I love the pastel morph. So shout out to You Already Know ball pythons, man. He's killing it, man. Y'all go give Matt Yates some love. Thank you for being a channel sponsor, man. I appreciate you. You're producing amazing snakes. So big ups, man. Shout out to Ball Enhanced Pythons. Definitely a low on the radar, needs a lot more attention. He's producing some amazing snakes. So y'all go give him some love. Shout out to King's Reptiles. Husband and wife duo just killing it, making amazing boas and ball pythons. Y'all make sure y'all go give them some love. And last but not least, man, Low Life Exotics. Man, this is my brother. He supports me, and I love him for that. I appreciate you, man. Before we even start anything, we're going to check out some of the people in the chat. What's up, Morbid? I see you, brother. What's up, Paul, man? Man, channel sponsor. I see you, brother, in the chat, man. Everybody, man. Iron Dog Reptiles. What's going on? Snake Man. D-Rod's Creations. I see you. What's up, Tammy? Basement Pythons. Everybody that's showing up in the chat, I appreciate you. Now, this is going to be a fun one. We're going to bring on Antoine from High Desert Python. So don't go nowhere. When we come back, we'll have him here, man. And this is going to be a fun show.
Whoa. Big reptile talk. We working. When it comes to talking about snakes, love that we got for them we think, big reptile talk. Let's talk about reptiles. Big reptile talk. Let's talk about reptiles.
What is
reptile talk? Oh, songs. Hey. Yo, that shit slap. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I went and got my homeboy for that. I was like, man, I need you to put some funk on my.
Who did that song for you, man?
My dog Steven, man. I was like, I need you to put some funk on my YouTube,
Steve,
on my intro.
Steve is a beast, man. Shout out to Steve, bro. It's been a while since I've listened to the pod. I heard that intro. I was like, oh shit, this shit go, boys. That was me legit dancing this shit.
Oh man, what's up? Shout out to D-Ross Creations and Antoine, my dude. What's up, man? What's up, Antoine? Man, I'm glad that you're here, man. I gotta ask, man, first starting off, man, what have you been up to? Project-wise, everything just in life in general. What have you been up to?
Just came back from the Arlington show a couple weeks ago. See, it's funny because I gotta take my time when I say that word because I'm from Jersey. And the street I used to live on, it was pronounced Arlington Avenue. So I'm like, I'm in Arlington, Texas at the NARBC. They're like, where? Arlington. First off, that was a great show, man. I had such a great time meeting a whole new set of people because, I had this big run while I was doing a bunch of Instagram reels. And I got to the point where my Instagram reels were like exceeding the ball python community. And like a lot of people in the frog and lizard and invert community, were reaching out and commenting and stuff like that. So this is like the first big show where I met a lot of those people. It was like, hey man, I breed chameleons and I like your Instagram and always blah, blah, blah. I'm like, for real? So it was kind of a surreal moment for me though, man, dude. Normally when I'm at a show, I take an average of about maybe 100 to 150 pictures with people. I think I did like 500 selfies or like close to it this week too. And they all, tagging me in the stories and things like that too, man. And it was such a good time, man. So it's just crazy how like there's one part of the community who messes with me like that. But then now over the past 24 hours, I've become persona non grata over a post that started off as a joke. So
all right, we're gonna talk about that. We'll
get to that later, man. But
I gave you a nickname, man, because you just said it, man. One thing I can say about you is you gonna take some pictures. Whether you buy an animal, whether you vend, whether you just looking around, you go take some pictures. I say you like Barack Obama, man. You're the president of the ball python community.
Man, if you're a content creator, man, you have to live by the COE rule, man. Content over everything. Everything is content, Now it's up to you to be the responsible person and present it the right way. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna be on here on social media and putting yourself out there the way that we do, everything can be made into content. I mean, sometimes it may come out as a little clout chasing, and people might be like opportunistic in your situation and kind of make stuff based on stuff that you posted or you did. But I mean, to me, honestly, it's all fair game, man. So if you're out there in the public eye, like you are susceptible to public criticism. That's just how it works, you know what I mean? So I mean, as many times as you get praised and shouted out and big up to, like, you can be criticized and people can make posts about you and talk shit. So I mean, we're only a couple minutes in. Sorry about the curse word. I don't want to mess up your algorithm and stuff. But
you're good. You're good. I don't mind. You're good. I don't mind at all, man. Now, I gotta ask before we keep the. I've been seeing you sport that red line a lot lately, man. Are you sponsoring them or something? Are they sponsoring you?
These are my people, man. Red line shipping. Once I started using them, I tried it out. I tried them out a while back. And a lot of companies I dealt with over the years, I've been shipping animals for like more than a decade now. And to me, I take the same way as I do my car insurance. The car insurance rates can be fine until something happens, and then you got to make a claim and use your car insurance. I know a million people in the world who go, oh man, like how the heck? I'm only 28 years old and I pay $42 a month for full coverage for 2 cars and da 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 da. But then when it's time to use your car insurance, they're doing everything in their power to not let you file your claim, So I've been around a long time, and to me, whenever I use Redline, the customer service, the website interface, it was just like they just made it so simple. And I felt like the people who called me through customer service helping deal with my package issues, they treated it as if they were their own animals. Like I was sending it to them. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, who is this? Like, oh, no, this is Redline. I'm like, oh, I thought this was like the customer. The way they were seeming genuinely concerned about it too, man. And so that caught my eye with them at first. And then I actually met Robin at the Vegas show, the last Vegas show they had. Was it the Reptile Super Show? It was the first Vegas show. And like we got to sit down, like we walked around the whole convention and had like a real good talk and about what his background was and where he came from. And we had so much in common, man. It was ridiculous, man. Like I thought he was like my picture negative. He was just like a big white dude and shit too, So we had the same style. We both do martial arts. He just got his purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So we just kicked it off right away, man, and just kind of listened to his spiel about what his mission statement was. He was like, hey man, can I count on you to use us? And I was like, well, I'll use you and let's figure it out. So he gave me my own personal discount code, and it exceeded everybody else's code that I had, So, but instead of me using that as a way to save a little bit of money like that, what I did now is because I got such a good discount with Redline, everybody that buys animal from me gets free shipping, no matter the size, no matter how many. Like even if I have to pay, $300 in shipping or whatever like that total, I'm gonna pocket that myself, and then that's not something you have to incur. So whenever you get something from me off Morph Market, that's the price you pay, and nothing more.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Free shipping when you go through High Desert Pythons. I love that, man. Now I'm gonna be real with you, man. Since you repping that Redline, man, you should have told him you wanted a pair of them Jordans he been giving out.
Oh yeah.
You ain't seen them Jordans with the Redline shipping?
Yeah, laces? Man. But I mean, I got my own red.
I'll just tell you. Next time you see him, you say, Robin, I need a pair of them red line Jordans with the red line laces.
I'm gonna see if he can send me the some red and black laces or some red and white laces too. So
with the red line shipping on them. Yeah, I feel you, man. Now it's 2023, man. I'm sure you get this question a lot, man. Like, you absolutely been crushing it, and we're gonna talk about some snakes down the road because I want to play a little game. But what are some of your goals, man, for 2023?
Honestly, for 2023, I realized that the economic situation that we're in right now, I can't do the same parents that I did a couple years ago, because I used to pride myself in having animals available for every tier of enthusiasts, So like the lower tier, like $50 to $300 animals, the mid-tier paycheck animals, I call them, and then like the high-end investment stuff, like the $2,000, $3,000, $8,000 and up too. But honestly, man, the only thing that's really been selling now is the higher end projects.
Really?
So like a lot of the stuff that I have that I've been hanging on to, I have some like overflow in the racks from like, when I missed animals and stuff too. A lot of that stuff I sell locally to a lot of my rack customers too. So that kind of works out that way. And then I do like a lot of package deals and stuff too. If people spend, X amount of money on some project, I always have like some other recessive or posset in a recessive complex that works with their situation. So I go, hey, what if you do this? And I throw in this, let's pay this price as a package deal. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, send it, So I just kind of found a way around that. And this is the time now in our industry, especially because who knows what the election is going to be like for 2024. Like, I have no idea who's going to be in office, and we're not going to get political about any of that stuff right now. But a lot of people are taking it to two different approaches. The first approach is to ball themselves up, hide in the corner, hunker down, and fortify like it's the zombie apocalypse and hope to ride it out. That's one approach, right?
Yeah.
The other approach is you look in the morph market and you look at your projects you have that's going to be available to sell, and you see what your competition looks like. Now, you got to really figure out a way to step up your competition. So now when you go through morph market, you should be doing what? Having better lighting now, taking better pictures, updating your weights, updating your sizes, and making sure that, making sure you have animals that can eat mice, ASFs, Norwegian rats, frozen thawed, pre-killed, live, you know what I mean? So make sure that you got animals out there that can fit into a lot of people's collection too, So
or what about this? I hate to interrupt you. What about this? Like, since we're, you know what I'm saying, people say it's a downtime in the ball pythons. What about like making yourself a little more attractive? I don't know if this is possible, but what about like if somebody buys a snake from you, they get like a code to get like a 3-piece, like I'm saying like at churches, but like a 3-piece, like a frozen 3-piece from what's one of them frozen companies? Cold-Blooded Cafe. What they get like a 3-piece. You come get a snake from me. I'm throwing in you work out like a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like a hit up like Cold-Blooded Cafe and be like, hey,
it's all kinds of way to have creative marketing, even like giving them a discount for future purchases and stuff like that too. So hey, what's up, Matt? That's my boy, Matt Yates is the truth, man. That's a good dude, man.
Definitely good guy, sponsor of the podcast. So shout out to Matt Yates. But you get what I'm saying? Like, why not? If you're marketing, if I was a salesman, I'd figure out how to eat the cost and say, look, if you buy a snake from me, I'm gonna give you you get that like Matt said, you get that 3-piece combo. I'm gonna give you a ticket to get 3 frozen rats, and they're gonna ship it to you from Cold-Blooded Cafe or Rodents. What's another one? Rodents. Who does the frozen?
Rodent Pro.
Rodent Pro. Yeah, you get a 3-piece combo from Rodent Pro.
But honestly, man, the way shipping prices are now, I think that's good enough, bro. I think honestly, if you buy, like, say I put an adult right now in the 15 by 11 by 7 box, like a full-grown adult female that's 2,000 grams, and send her from California to North Carolina, it's gonna cost the average person with shipping probably over 125, 130 bucks or something like that too. So imagine not having to eat the cost at all in that. Free shipping, man, like that's definitely, you can't beat that, bro. So I mean, I'm happy to do it. And I mean, and honestly too, like I'm literally just gonna use that money. I'm gonna use that as a write off the end of the year anyway, Right. So I mean, we all win. So.
Right. I love it, man. Now I want to give a shout out to Jerome, man. He's a good brother over at No Limit Royals, man. I recently seen that he's selling this collection, and I hate to see good people getting out of the hobby. And I say that to say, I wish him nothing but peace and love. So I say that to lead to the question of, why do you think people are starting to get out of it? And we're seeing some just amazing people slowly get out of the hobby.
So without getting too much detail, he's not getting out. He's selling a big portion of his collection.
Oh,
yeah. He's narrowing down a lot too, because just he's gonna stick with a bunch of like key projects that he
that makes
wants
sense
to work with too. You know what I mean? He has some really cool stuff going on right now that he's not ready to divulge yet, and I'll just leave it like that.
I need to get him on the show then.
Yeah, I don't know if that part I was supposed to say that he wasn't good. I don't know, but he is moving like the big majority of his collection. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. With
I got my phone do not disturb the room, but I got my Apple Watch on, so fucking text me and tell me I fucked up if I did that, and if I did, my bad.
You know what? It makes sense though to get out, to not necessarily get out, but just the stuff that's not selling, sell it and focus on key projects. That makes sense to just stay relevant in the business, man. I love that. Now, I'm gonna give you a hot seat question. I don't know if you've been on my podcast. I like to give hot seat questions. So let's say you're Thanos. He's purple, but you're the black Thanos, like me. What's one thing that if you could snap your fingers in the reptile hobby, if you could snap your fingers and be gone?
Oh man, if I can
come on, Black Thanos.
If I could snap my fingers and one part of the industry would be gone.
Something that you don't like in the hobby that you could just Thanos it. It's
just
gone.
People that react based on feelings instead of facts. Like when people see a post and their first knee-jerk reaction is to be like, ah! Like that, like those people are the most annoyed in the world and stuff too. Like just ready to hit the keyboard, like write whole paragraphs and dissertations and think pieces on stuff too. Before you get the information, and those people who like to come on people's posts and make crazy comments on people they don't even follow. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that complain about this situation, like 100% of those people who commented do not follow me at all. So they have zero idea who I am, more than likely, zero idea on like my sense of humor, and zero idea that I poke fun and make satire of a lot of stuff. And they really took that post and they like ran with it. Like my entire mention just like, look at this piece of shit. I'm like, oh my God, And at that point, that's the point where we're no longer going to have an intelligent conversation, because you got to the point where you use emotion on stuff and you started name calling. Two things that I don't tolerate. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You shouldn't react based off emotion, first of all. And if you call me out of my name, we're not going to have a conversation now. And I guarantee you would say it to my face in person.
I agree.
At that point, we don't have anything to talk about. Whether you call me a moron, an imbecile, a piece of shit, everything I've been called under the sun in the past 24 hours. Like to me, now we can't have a conversation. So now meet me at the next Reptile show. We'll talk in person. But I'm not doing it over the internet in the safety of your phone or your computer. Like that's just not it now. Keep that same energy in person.
Right. I love it, man. Now, next hot seat question, man. We all know, Justin, Ozzy, AEP. Those are three kings of the ball python hobby. Now, eventually they got to retire. So my question to you is, when they retire, who do you see becoming the next kings of the ball python hobby?
Out of those three, who will be the next? I mean, if those three went away,
no, when they retire, who's up next? Who got next?
Austin.
Austin?
Yep, Austin De Silva from Royal Highness Pythons / Mutation Creation. I think Austin. I've been saying this for a while now. Austin is going to be the next big thing and the authority in ball pythons, no matter where he ends up, whether it's off on his own or still with Billy. I really, in my heart, think that it's going to be Austin.
I love that. Shout out to Austin, man. He does have some amazing stuff, and he's learning from Billy, man. When you're learning from one of the big dogs in the hobby, you're gonna be a big dog yourself, man. Now, I gotta ask this, man. You went down to Texas, you hung out with Bill. I love Bill, man. Phoenix Reptile is just legend in the hobby, man. So what's up with the Carpandro, man? Did you get a chance to hold it?
Fuck no, I'm not touching that. Okay. Let me tell you about this Carpandro, right? Which I didn't even know was a thing until I was over there. So, but before we get to that though, that was my first experience seeing a bunch of like chondros and the boreal stuff like in a room. And I was blown away, man. Like, I mean, I've been to MJ's place. He has a nice condo collection. He has good condos and emerald tree boas. But just seeing like that on a bigger scale, you know what I mean? It was just super amazing, man. And I was blown away by it. But when I saw the Carpandro, the carpet and chondro hybrid, that thing looked like he was about his business, bro. Like he had like the half cocked, the little S by his head the whole time, and just stared at the outside of his enclosure. It was like, I dare you. And then some young lady opened up the enclosure and got her hand sliced open. No, thank you.
Dang.
Nah. No, dude, I'd rather get bit by a Rottweiler than that damn thing.
Okay,
I'd rather you crush the bones in my hand than slice me open like that. I'm good, bro.
Okay, don't judge me. Like I'm gonna talk about this later in the podcast, but I'm trying to change some of my content. And I was like, oh, I could be the next Jay Brewer. I'm gonna take a little bite here and there. I put my hand, I tried to, I got an Amazon tree boa. I tried to work up the nerve to get bit by my Amazon tree boa. And I was like, you know what? First I'll do it with a towel on my hand. And I put my hand in front of my Amazon tree boa. It hurt through the towel. I said, oh, never again. I could not DJ Brewer.
Have you seen those teeth, bro? What the hell is wrong with y'all? No.
I tried it. I said, oh, I couldn't do it. I could not take. Everybody in the chat is laughing. One thing I can't do is take bites. I tried it last night. I said, nope, I can't be a bite content creator. I can't do it. So I don't know. I feel you, man. I couldn't mess with the Carpandro either, man. But beautiful, beautiful snake, man. I never really thought about
it a lot, you know, because like contrary to popular belief, people do handle their snakes when they spot clean, you know. So when I pull my snakes out to spot clean, and you know what I mean, just sometimes you gotta look under the substrate too. I'm changing bowls. This is pop, 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 like all the time. You know what I mean? So you know, because they have a lot of them have a real good feeder response. You know what I mean? And that's usually what it is. So a lot of times they'll nip me, but just like the action of them striking is kind of what surprises you. So a lot of times I'll put my hand in and don't even look, and then they'll bite me and I won't even realize that I just got bit. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So you know, but I just don't like getting bit too, because it's honestly a lot of times it's not really good for the snake. Like I got like one of my biggest female series, she's a pastel spot nose. She got an abscess tooth after she bit me. Like she got me good too.
Damn.
Then you know, she went to the vet. We got it looked at too. But then like when it's trying to grow back, it's growing in weird and kind of has her mouth swollen and stuff too. So parts of the year she looks completely normal, and then her face will swell back up later on in the same exact spot. But she eats fine, you know. So and I'm like worried. Oh my god, like snake, you bit me. You so good. And my vet's like, you're my man. Like quit being a bitch. Like she gonna be fine. You know what I mean? So
I love it. Now I'm gonna show a picture, and I know you don't want to answer this question, but I'm gonna ask it in a fun way, and I need participation in the chat. So everybody in the chat, I need you to participate with this. I'm gonna show a picture, and I'm gonna ask Antoine a question. He don't gotta answer the question, but we just gonna look at his face, okay? And we're gonna see if he's telling the truth or not.
He giggling already. I ain't even posted that picture. What the fuck?
2 days. Antoine, sunset puzzle. Now, everybody in the chat, we're gonna ask Antoine because we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait 2 days. We want to know, did he hit it? Now we're gonna say, now hold on, y'all. Everybody in the chat, look at your screen close right now. Antoine, did you hit the sunset puzzle?
Well, a lot of people already know the outcome of it because my Patreon people know already. So, and a lot of people that's also in the project.
You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer. If you don't want to tell us, you don't have to tell us. Are you gonna tell us?
So all I'm gonna say is this is probably gonna be the shortest YouTube video I've ever made. Oh man! So
look, Basement Python said I don't want to wait. D-Ron said yes, he hit it. Matt Yates said be nice to my boy Derek. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to ask that, man. Congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you, man.
So Matt knows. So Matt knows the situation because he's one of my VIP Patreon members too. So he already been in the group chat and stuff, and you know what I mean. So,
I had to put you on the spot, man. first off, you hit this snake. It's an amazing snake. Congratulations, man. How you feeling that? How you feeling that? You feeling like LeBron after you passed?
Stop trying to make me into whether or not I hit it or not.
All right, we're good. We'll keep going. We'll keep going, man. I think that, shout out to my Animal House. I appreciate you for that super chat, man. Much love, brother. Everybody knows that, you're a figure in the hobby. You're crushing it. Now, my question to you is, you came into the game. What do you feel like set you apart? And one of the things I thought, hey, this man has a great mindset, and not just that, one of your things that you like to say is scared money don't make no money. Do you feel like you kind of have a leg up because when you first came into the hobby, you were investing a lot with AEP? Or do you feel like that could be like one of the factors that, you came into the hobby and got some good snakes?
Well, early on in the hobby, like to me, it was literally just a hobby. So I didn't get into like the whole investment stuff until later on. So I didn't like spend tens of thousands of dollars on projects. I fell into some good projects early on, like the GHI project. I got into that pretty cheap, but instead of me capitalizing off the project, I used the GHI program to get into the desert because we didn't know what the whole desert thing was doing at the time. So that's when I took like a real big hit in my collection because I had a bunch of females that wasn't going to be able to produce viable eggs, and I had to sell them off pennies on the dollar. So. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know about that, and that jacked me up really bad. I was making so many like GHI combos and stuff too, and people were just like, "Hey man, what have you got for this?" I was like, "You know what, dude? If you got any desert stuff, I'll gladly trade you." They were like, "Word, here, take this." And I was trying to, and then I should have realized that these people are being really, really nice to me and just generous with this desert project, and everybody knew except for me that it wasn't a viable thing and it was a dead project. So that's what kind of hurt me early on. But then now this time around, in the past, like I say 2017 to now is when I started putting money into those bigger projects too. I think last year was probably the most I've ever spent on ball pythons in 1 year. So I had to pick up some key males and some projects I got like really, really good deals on too that I really couldn't pass up, and it was from friends who like wanted me to have the project instead of people who were willing to just pay up front and even more money for it. So I'm just blessed to have people like that in my life and friends that literally I could be at a show and they'd be like, "Hey man, I saw you eyeballing this at my table. Here, just take it. Just hit me up later." I'm like, dude, let's not do that, okay? Please, So you just handed me stuff and just let me. But I mean, that just goes to show too. I think for me that I've been like putting in the work and I've been establishing a reputation as somebody that can be trustworthy, and I would never want to do anything to change people's mind about that. So but back to your original question, like in the past maybe 4 or 5 years, I invested money into a lot of big projects, and some of them have panned out so far, and some of them has completely fallen flat on their face. But that's just what happens, Like you can't. A lot of people they'll do these breeding projects, and they'll go on Morph Market or one of those like genetic calculators, and they'll only look at the best possible, outcome of that breeding. You know what I mean? Like to me right now with the Hellbender project, like it's not going to take. There's no way I'm going to hit this animal on the first try. So I got him going. This is one of the big projects that like this male is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 8 females. So that way I can make I got better odds of hitting it. And I'm trying to do the project on both sides. So I'm combining all the ingredients from like different angles and stuff too. So I know somebody's gonna go, "Oh, what's the Hellbender?" So I might as well say it now. It's the Stranger GHI Spot Nose Red Striped Asphalt Clown. So yeah, that's what it is.
You called it. So Matt said, he said, "What is that?"
I'm not looking I can't see the comments, so I knew people were gonna ask that too. So so once again, it's a Stranger GHI Spot Nose Red Striped Asphalt Clown.
Man, I love it, man. Like I said, to see you come into the hobby, make mistakes and then meet up with some people and just get on that right track and just start crushing it, man. I love it, man. Now I gotta get your, and this is kind of might be a little political, but I still want to get your opinion on it, man. A lot of people seeing this. Give me your take on it, man. And I think this is a awesome opportunity. Gen Z Reptiles, man. 41,000 subscribers on Instagram. Two brothers just killing it in the ball python game, and they ended up having to shut it down. One goes to Canova, man. Give me your take on that. What did you think of that?
I was really surprised, bro, because I have a relationship with Josh and Jace. Because actually, I sold him a snake last season or 2 seasons ago, too. And then it seemed like right after, like you know how like when you buy a car, every time you drive out, you see that car somewhere. So it's like the moment I sold them a snake, I sold them at every single show. Like, hey, what's up, guys? And you know, we've been at Earl's together. I've seen them at Justin's. I've been at Arlington. I've been at Tinley together too. So man, I developed a good relationship with those guys, and I follow their YouTube heavy. And I was like, and not even just friends of theirs, but like big fans, you know. So when I first heard that Josh went to Canova, I was like, you know what? That's an awesome opportunity for a young man to get in there, learn the ropes from like the top of the heat. You know what I mean? Learn the animal aspect and the business aspect, and eventually use that information to kind of do his own thing if that's what he chooses to do. But I didn't know that Jace was going to shut the whole program down. I just thought he was going to just be doing it by himself or get a helper. So that was really unfortunate, you know. I don't know the real reason. I don't know the actual reason why they shut it down. I don't know if it's because they parted ways like that, but and I know people who bought a lot of stuff from them. It's just really unfortunate, and they were just two guys that I really thought was going to do some damage in the industry too, you know. So
I think they were. That's why Justin got one of them because he's smart. He's like, I need that guy. He's killing.
But big shout out to Josh and Jace. You know what I mean? Like they're really cool people, really dope boys. Like I love those guys too, man. So and I think that no matter what Jace decides to do, he's going to kick ass in it, you know. So Matt, what up, Matt?
I definitely agree, man. Now I want to have a little fun, man.
Right.
We all know breeder loans are horrible unless you're doing it with somebody that you trust. But let's have a little fun. Let's say me and you know, you don't know me, but you decided to do a breeder loan with me, and I want you to act like you're on the phone with me. Say, you know, you call me, say, hey, Derek, you know, I'm calling. We just did this breeder loan. I need to get my eggs, and I want you to role play with me. Call me right quick. Right. Say you want to get my eggs. Stay.
Right. Hey, what's up, big dog? How's it going, man? How those eggs looking? You know,
hey, they looking awesome, man.
Yeah, how many she have again?
She had about 13 of them.
That 13. So, like, since you had the male, we gonna like, you know, split it down the middle, or we gonna pick back and forth like we do like a baseball team or kickball, or how do you want to split up the eggs?
Now they all mine. Now what's up? Come try and get them. What's up? They all mine.
I got your address. I'll be out there tomorrow. See you in the morning.
Is that what you would say to somebody if they said that they all mine? Now, what's up? Come get them. Come try and get one.
I'm gonna kick your door down, and I'm gonna estimate the very best value of that clutch, and I'm coming out, and it's either gonna come out of your pocket or come out of your fucking ass. So
everybody in the chat is cracking up. Matt Yates is cracking up. Everybody in Irish is cracking up. Matt said, "Oh, you want some?" I love that, man. That was just fun. Yeah. Fun role play. That's what you were saying. Somebody did that to you.
And that's the thing too, man. Like, I do a lot of breed along stuff. I do a lot of like I don't really talk about a whole lot, dude. I have a lot of collabs, but it's all with the same group of people. You know what I mean? Like, I have snakes at people's places. I have people's females at my place here too that we've been doing projects with too. And the worst problem so far that I've had with a breeder collab was that I made some double hets with a guy, and his sex ratio was like 7.1, and he was kind of upset about that. You know what I mean? So that's it. So if the worst experience I had with a breeder loan was that you didn't like the sex ratio of your eggs, and I sent you the whole clutch because I was like, look, just take them all. You know what I mean? And then, you know, maybe one or two out of them, like for some reason, just didn't thrive or didn't make it. But you had you got all your animals back. Oh yeah, and his female died. Like she laid the eggs, and like she never got back on the food. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's the worst case. That's the worst scenario. You know what I mean? Like I came in the room, she was croaked over. I got her nido tested. I mean, it's like she was still kind of somewhat warm. You know what I mean? Like I just caught her, got a nido swab, came back negative too. A lot of females just don't make it after laying the eggs, man. It's taxing on them, you know. So yeah, that's it, man. He and I still talk. We're still friends. Stuff like that happens. You have to account for all the stuff that could possibly go wrong. If I have your animals in my care, I have to be ready to take them to the vet if something happens to them.
Everything, yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like, and people forget about that part, man. Like, dude, things like a snake can miss hit the glass or wherever you got the thing in and bust his mouth wide open. And now you got this thing with a big old ridge on his nose too, and it might abscess or might have pus coming out of it. And you got to be able to take this thing to the vet and get it the proper legal care it needs in order for this thing to survive. And if you're not willing to do that, then you shouldn't have no one else's animals in your collection, bro.
I totally agree, man. I just wanted, I like to have a little fun on my podcast. We learn, we hang out, we have fun. I thought that'd be a fun question, man. Now
that's hilarious, man. That's great too. But
well, that would be fun. So you on the phone? I'm coming to get some eggs. They all mine. Now what's up? What you gonna do? That'd be funny, man.
I have nobody in my circle that will play me pussy like that.
I love it, man. Now,
so if you know anything about me, I laugh and I joke and have a good time. But I'm not letting anybody take advantage of me, So but sometimes I think I have been too nice on breed alone issues and situations like that too, where we didn't hit the right ratio of stuff that they thought, and I let them have the better end of the deal, even though I had the superior male. There've been situations like that, but those people were my friends. What's up, Patrick? How you doing, brother? So those people are my legit friends. There was a situation last season where we had one visual clown, but it was a valuable female visual clown that was het this and het that. And I was like, look, man, I just used a $3,500 male to your $400 female. Who should, in that situation, who should get the better end of the deal with that?
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, that's my friend, and it's a project I'm already messing with in other avenues, and I let him, you know what I mean? No harm, no foul for me, man. And I want anyone who's ever dealt with me on a personal, professional level to have a what do you call it? A good feeling about the transaction. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want anybody ever to interact with me from a business standpoint and have buyer's remorse. You know what I mean? Because I have so many issues where I bought animals from people, got the animal in, didn't like the way the boxing came. It was packaged terribly. The steak was free roaming in the box. And those people I would never do business with again,
Right.
And it could have been an honest mistake, but it's some little detail, your lack of attention to detail could have killed this animal. And I mean, yeah, you can keep eating and keep doing your thing. You're just not gonna be eating with me, bro. And that's fine. And I'll say hi to you. I'm not gonna be mean about it too. I just feel like there's certain things I don't tolerate and I won't let go down as far as dealing with me. And I won't waver from that. Dude,
I love that.
I'm so long-winded, dude. Just cut me off when I talk about shit.
All right. Hey, you good, man? That's what it's about, man. We're here hanging out, just talking, chopping it up a little bit, man. I love these podcasts because it just, we learned about you, man. You show us your true self. You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. Now, you were talking about the hellbender, and I'm glad you did that because I want to know, everybody has goals. What are some of your goals? And when I say that, I mean world's first. Is the hellbender a world's first? And if not, have you ever hit one? And do you plan on trying to hit one?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've hit multiple Codom world's first, back in the days and stuff too, especially with the GHI project. But it's not something I was really interested in pursuing. And I think kind of that's karma too, because I believe that you should get involved in projects you actually like. And I didn't even like the GHI back then. You know what I mean? It was just, to me, it was just a means to I got into it at a super cheap price when they were still in the tens of thousands of dollars, and I got a $4,000 snake. You know what I mean? So, it's just, so to me, it's I was selling a product that I didn't believe in at the time. You know what I mean? So, what's the question, dude? I just started rambling.
So you're hellbender. I believe you were talking about it. I wanted to know, is the hellbender a world's first? Have you ever hit any world's first? And if not, do you have plans on hitting some?
Okay, so I don't think I've hit any world's first of note. I'll put it like that, because there's a lot of codom combinations that people don't really talk about or post yet that I'm sure I may have, but it wasn't something I was ready to send the world of ball pythons. You know what I mean? So, but as far as recessives no. There's a lot of stuff I'm working on right now that's double, triple, quad, and even quint recessive. I got this season I'm gonna be breeding quad head to quad heads, stuff like that too. Stuff that's possible 5 gene heads. I have like that enhancer male. He's double head G-stripe clown, and I'm gonna put him to like monsoon stuff, like het monsoon stuff, and puzzle stuff, and just throwing him all over the place, and just kind of taking those offspring and raising some stuff up, and just seeing what happens, man. So
You're not messing around.
Instead of having to wait on that 1 in 16 shot to hit any double recessive, when you go quad hit to quad hit, now is what almost like 1 in 2 to hit any recessive, any double recessive. You know what I mean? So it's just fun to play around with genes like that, and I like the criticism. I see how I am when I see people with new projects out. I'm like, hey, I think it sucks, I hate it, and then see it later. You know what I mean? And see if it's a better project, but. I don't mind producing something new and having people talk about it and critique it. Like if the Sunset Puzzle looks like absolute dog shit, I will be fine with saying that because I know like where to go next with it. I have females growing up just to breed to a male Sunset Puzzle if the world hates it. So I got ultra males and lavenders and DG combo stuff to put to it to either help complement it to or bring out the attributes that I think it's missing.
Okay, you're not messing around, man. I love that. The big homie said, I see the Freedom Beater rack. Did you go away from sea serpents?
Oh no, I still got some sea serpents on the other side. But that's just my rack for like the babies and the pre-shed babies and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, this rack here, I love this series rack. I'm gonna get a couple of more. So I'm gonna have one as my inventory rack and one as my holdback stuff to kind of grow up and stuff too until they outgrow those and move it over. So this year, pretty much, I'm not spending a whole lot of money on new projects. Some of my profits from this year is going to be a complete overhaul of the snake room. So I'm just ready to get that, man. Some of these PVC racks I have, like the one for my adult racks, that was just an experiment. I had them like double-sided by each other, but the weight is starting to bow on them too. And to me, I don't think it was worth it. So, but I wanted to try it and see what happened. And now I'm just going to switch over to Freedom Beaters.
I love that, man. Now we're gonna talk about two things that's a little controversial, and I'm gonna play a video right quick. Actually, before I play the video, I'm gonna let you know. I feel like what I love most about you is that you use comedy to grow. I love that you haven't had to be sensational, and I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to you because a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators, and I'm not throwing shade towards anybody, even the bigger ones. When you're on YouTube, the idea is to grow your channel. And I've experimented with everything. I've done the sub for sub. I looked at trying to buy followers. I looked at feeding videos. I looked at everything that I thought would grow a reptile channel. And like I said, the thing that I love most about you is, you don't use sensational stuff to grow. You're using comedy. Now, my question to you is, do you think, in this day and age, first let me play the video because I want to let people know that amazing guy will hit up his Morph Market Instagram. Before we leave, is there anything you want to address? Anything you want to talk about?
Yes, I'd like you to make your announcement. Your big announcement.
Okay. So I'm on YouTube, and I'll be honest with you. Hey, shots KY Orchestra. I'm on YouTube, and I make videos, and I do live feedings, but I'm not starting February 1st. No more live feedings, man.
Yeah. And I we've had this discussion. I'm not judging you on it. I think it'd be a hypocrite for me to judge. I don't do them, but it is what it is. But congratulations, man. I think you're a talent. I think you're very charming. I think you got, nice personality. You're good on camera. So I wish you much success, and I think you're gonna kill it.
Man, I can't wait. I want to be. So I played that to say, I'm done with live feedings, but my question to you is, you're a content creator. Do you feel like people in this day and age gotta do sensationalized stuff to grow their channel?
Well, it's a way to grow your channel, but you got to figure out what kind of content creator you want to be. If you want to be the content creator who is just all about views and the bag, then that comes with consequences. Post whatever you want, then But you got to realize that we got freedom. We got free reign to do a lot of stuff in this community, but we're also not freedom of criticism or freedom of consequences either. So if your goal is to be a YouTuber and be a rich YouTuber, get bit, do live feed-ins and stuff too. You know, go, hey man, go do you, boo-boo. Like, have at it too. But if you want to be somebody that's respected in your craft and respected in your industry and considered a peer and not just a fringe account or fringe outsider that pops up every once in a while like a secret character in Mortal Kombat, then you got to make adjustments and kind of, you know, and do things like that. So I commend you for switching things up and kind of going away from that. I've done live feeding videos on my channel, bro. I mean, but like I hit them with all the disclaimers. It's like, man, warning, they're about to be live feedings. If this is not your thing, look away. You know. So,
dude, I got Antoine. I'll be real with you. I was doing them, and I get it. They're bad for the hobby, but I think I just got addicted to the views. Hold on, let me show you something. I showed it to you backstage. I got addicted, like the views that. And it was, which I know is bad, and you shouldn't do shit just for views. But let me show you something. And look at those views: 8.9 million, 1 million views, 991,000, 903,000. Those views were insane, man.
Yeah, you bugging. Fuck Ozzy. Go back to live feeding. Don't play it.
I'm done. I know, man. It's just controversy, man. Like, but
yo, man, you need a dick. I got 9 million views on stuff. You crazy?
Man, it was cool. I enjoyed the views, but you know, I'm moving away from that. I want to be positive. Everybody in the chat is cracking up. You're hilarious, Antoine. Look at Carrie Shay laughing. D-Rock Creation is laughing. He said, "Eat a dick." I got 9 million views.
Fuck that.
Matt Yates is dying. Matt Yates is dying.
I don't think I have 1 million lifetime views on my channel and stuff, let alone 9 million for one. I think my best video has like 20,000 views, I think. And that was like the rat facility one. And like I said, coming with the most views, the most criticism. People, oh my God, those rats, poor ratties. And you know,
It was addicting, but I'm moving away from it because I want people to just respect me. I want people to still come on my platform. And a lot of people, even though I was doing them, they were still messing with me, and I appreciate them for that. Even like you know, you're still messing with me, Ozzy. A lot of people still mess with me, and I just appreciate that. And you know, and like I said, sensational. You do got to do it, but like you said, it comes with consequences, and I agree. Now I got to talk, man. I'm gonna say something real quick. Cages versus tubs. What's been going on, Antoine, man? I've been seeing you all over Instagram, man.
So, they had this study recently, and I'm going to botch the conclusion to it, but essentially saying that ball pythons, when they're in enriched environment, vice in the rack system, that like they have smaller brains. So let's just be, technical terms, that essentially their brains almost atrophy, and they saying that is because it's a lack of enrichment and stuff to do, and you know, things like that. Okay, right? So the original person who made the post, he posted it on World of Ball Pythons initially, and you know, the comment section, you know, it was the pro rack people, and then the pro enrichment, whether it's PVC setups or vivariums or whatever. So, you know, it's always duck season, rabbit season with that too. But there's also that duality in almost every aspect of this thing, man. There's the team of people who cut eggs. There's a team of people who cut eggs. There's literally a Facebook group that if you've ever cut an egg on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or anything, they have your picture screenshot and telling people not to buy from you because you cut eggs. So back to that. So back to this situation. So me being Antoine, me being me, I pulled out my rack. I put my Hurricane Clown on the big tub. You know, like it's made for adult ball pythons, but this female is probably 800 grams right now. And I photoshopped the sliding board going into the water bowl, and I photoshopped LED lights going across the top, and I put a Rubik's Cube in there. And I was like, well, this is what all of my snakes have. And I was like, and my snakes speak and understand 5 different languages. So take that, scientist. You know, just poking fun of the situation. So today a content creator used my post to make content for himself, and, you know, said that there was a disconnect between what I was saying and what the original post for the study said too. And let me tell you, buddy, the floodgates opened. Holy shit. So people were commenting on that and went to me, and then like people going to my post, putting it in their story, tagging me. Yeah, don't ever buy anything from this imbecile, this dumbass, and this guy. He's so ignorant. I'm like, hey man, y'all using this word ignorant an awful lot, man. Son, y'all, you know what I mean? You want what word do you really want to say? You know what I mean? Like and then so one, all those people who came in and commented on my post, none of them follow me. Let me get it. Like the people who had something to say about that post, the percentage of people that are my followers were 0. You know, which means you don't know me, you don't really go through my stuff. And dude, I'm like, dude, you wrote paragraphs on this post. Like I had to turn the comments off of my phone because my phone was being killed at work. Like whole paragraphs and think pieces and dissertations. Dude, there's probably a case study being done about me right now. Like, I'm just like, this is not that serious, bro. You know, like, I don't care how you set your animals up. So why do you care how I set mine up? To me, exactly. With ball pythons, I've done a lot of species before too. You know, like I've had the bigger enclosures. I've had berms before. I've had berms and boas at one time before I even got into ball pythons. You know what I mean? And they don't, in my berms and boas don't do well in those type of systems, but ball pythons do. You know, I had a friend of mine today tell me, it had a good example. When you have a ball python loose, right, in your house, when you find it, do you see it crawling on the top of stuff or up on the ceiling or out and about? No, you always find it balled up under the couch, under the refrigerator, you know what I mean, in the most darkest space until it comes out because it needs water or trying to get food, you know? So, yeah, it's gonna be this debate that there's never ever going to be a common ground to. There's going to be a thing where nobody's wrong and nobody's right, but people on both sides are always going to fight against it and have something to say about it too. You know, and as far as that study goes, I'm going to go back and watch the entirety of the video again. I watched the one with the conclusion that was like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes long or something like that too. I'm going to really go through it with a fine-tooth comb and look into it too, you know what I mean? And see what they were coming from, because I'm going to have a debate with some of these guys eventually. I know it too, you know? But I just feel like some of those people who had their pitchforks out today, they only target certain people.
My
you know what I mean?
It is, I agree. My opinion is, you know, and I'll tell anybody this. First off, you know, y'all are breeders. It doesn't matter how you set your snake up as long as your snake is thriving. If your snake is healthy, if it's not having a respiratory infection, stuck sheds, if it's eating, as long as your snake is thriving, I don't care how you set it up. And it's to think that breeders could have 400 snakes. Are you dummy? That's 400 enclosures. Are you nuts? That would be insane.
And people need to realize too, like most people who have those animals in those nice enclosures, cool, good on you. But I guarantee that snake you have at your place wasn't the result of 2 snakes in the fish tank locked up.
Right.
Happen.
And it's
very rare. You know, people go, "Oh, my snake laid in the enclosure." Yes, that's an exception. That's not the rule.
I agree. And my thing is, and I tell anybody this too, reptile keeping is not stoplights. And what do I mean? Stoplights are universal wherever you go. You go to China, it's red, yellow, green. You go to New York, it's red, yellow, green. All over the world, stoplights are universal. Reptiles aren't universal. You're going to have the people that keep cages and tubs. You're going to have the non-venomous versus the venomous community. You're going to have the people that live feed versus the frozen thawed. You're going to have everybody has their own clique. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, we shouldn't be fighting as long as our snakes are thriving. Let's just chill. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that they were wrong and how that they came at you about it, because at the end of the day, your snakes ain't messed up. You're selling beautiful animals. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can't remember the last time I had a stuck shed.
Exactly.
You know, like I just very rarely do. You know, they're in a real good environment right now. I mean, it's warm as shit. I use ambient, so it's always warm in the snake room too. And sometimes I come in here and cut a little weight. You know what I mean? And shadow box some to start beating up. But,
now I agree with you.
To me, my expertise, I specialize in ball pythons. And to me, the hallmark of a healthy python is a healthy shed and the one that's eating. Because normally when a ball python goes off of food, that's your first time to go, something is wrong. Ball pythons will not go off food for the fuck of it. That's a common misconception. You know, like the only time I have for the majority of my ball pythons, they go off of food maybe because they're gravid. Or they're in deep shed and they're too lazy to try to hunt. Well, we are community, we need to unite against special. Heck yeah, and that's all I want to talk about next too, man. Like a lot of these people's pages that were demonizing me, I went through. They don't have anything about U.S. ARC at all. You know, there's people sitting on the sidelines now watching our posts, us bicker back and forth with each other, and a lot of these people aren't. There's so many things coming out right now. There's more U.S. ARC alerts about Illinois right now trying to do some stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Like. And somebody was complaining that U.S. ARC made like $500,000 last year and they're not doing enough, whatever. Dude, a lot of these special interest groups bring in tens of millions a year and still fail. You know what I mean? Like me and somebody else talking about the tobacco industry. You know, that's the tens of millions of dollars that gets donated and thrown into them, but they're still losing battles. Like California, we just started January 1st. There's no more flavored tobacco in California. The pro-tobacco lobbyists, all the money getting shoveled into there, they was able to fight that legislation. You know what I mean? So what we gonna do with $500,000 across the whole country?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
we're losing money-wise. It's a financial game, man. You
know what I mean? So like I've been a silver member for a few years in a row, and every show I go to, I win something. I spend over $500 U.S. ARC every show. You know what I mean? So I could just take that money and be a platinum member and go, oh, this is my platinum thing. But I go to the shows to participate, Nice.
I love
it. My thing is my message I want to bring across with this is if you're a pro reptile rack, if you see somebody with like a big decorative enclosure for their snake and the snake is thriving, mind your fucking business.
I agree.
If you're if you're part of the team, enrichment and having all kinds of stuff for the snake to climb on and stuff because you believe that that ball pythons are semi-arboreal and hey, if that's your thing and you see people in the rack industry and they have healthy animals, you could just mind your fucking business. You're just gonna pick one person, dude. There's thousands of breeders out there. You're gonna go to everybody's Instagram page and talk shit, or just find the person of the day that somebody else that agrees with your stuff harps on. You're gonna jump on. Like this pylon thing is crazy. Like I've never had people try to bully me, in recent times in the reptile industry, but like that's not a thing for me. You know what I mean? Like. I come from people who've literally been bullied and stuff too. Like my ancestor is James Hood. In 1963, he tried to enroll in the University of Alabama, and he got blocked by the governor, George Wallace, from going into the building. And JFK had to come in and intervene to get him to go to school to the University of Alabama, where he was spit on, punched, kicked, stuff thrown at him while he was in school there. Family was threatened. That's being bullied. You know what I mean? Like this stuff don't bother me.
Right.
My cousin Marion Hood in 1959 got rejected from medical school because they said we don't allow Negroes in medical school. That's where I come from. And now he's has one of the largest OBGYN practices in the state of Georgia. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like, yeah, like the name call and stuff. It's not cool, and I'm not happy about it too. But I mean, just that kind of stuff is just real trivial to me because in the big scheme of things, most of those people, all they're ever going to be is somebody that's in the Instagram comments writing about stuff, and that's the only way to get their voice heard. Because if we had the same exact scenario in the live audience where somebody came up and presented some stuff and they asked any questions, no one would raise their hand because they didn't want to feel alienated and stupid, and they're too introverted and stuff like that too. You know what I mean? So they won't do it.
I love it. I agree with you, man. Like I said, I think that what happened today was just uncalled for, man.
Yeah,
and I think
it was just super uncalled for. But it does. But the good part, the positive thing about this whole situation is that I hope that there can be a legit dialogue one day between two people that were 100% on the rack side with no enriched enclosures and somebody else 100% on the other side, and they can like talk as adults and have a good conversation about why you should or shouldn't do that. And I'm not the person to have the conversation because I don't agree with it. Like I think that there's a happy medium. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But if there is a way for me to house 100 adult ball pythons in some other way that the enrichment community likes me to do it, if you want to send me a DM and without calling me names and without trying to berate me, because after that, that's the end of the conversation. And if you're a guy, now you got to see me. So I mean, and if you're a girl, now you got to see my sister. So. So like
I agree.
I'm not a child. I'm not a teenager. I'll be 41 years old in 20 days. I don't have time for those games. You know what I mean? Like I love to joke around and have a good time. My dad jokes and puns are fun, but I would not tolerate disrespect.
I agree. You said you're gonna be 61 in 2 days?
No, motherfucker. I said I'll be 41 in 20 days. You see how y'all boy Derek be trying? He all the eggs, and now he's trying to age me 20 years and stuff too, man.
I love it. I love it. Everybody in the chat is cracking up, man.
I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. I'm like, I get no respect. You know
Look at this, Carrie. Look at all these laughing faces. Everybody's just loving the show, man. Now, you shout out to Jay Philly, man. I love what you did for USARC. Go support USARC. You had a charity wrestling match. You whooped Feely ass, and I hope he sees this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tag him. So you lost, Feely. You lost, Feely. Bad Feely. Now, I say that to lead you to this hot seat question. You're the judge, man. So we're going through a USARC championship wrestling bout. You're the judge. First off, who winning? Bartek or Brewer?
Bartek will fuck him up. Bartek all day and twice on Sundays, man. And speaking of which, I hope Brian's doing okay. He was in the hospital the other day. So I messaged him, and he actually messaged me back and just said he's trying to figure out what's going on with that. So I had to follow up with him, but prayers to Brian and his situation. I hope he came out good with that, bro.
All right, next one: Kaufman or Kevin McCurley?
Kevin McCurley.
Okay.
I go into why I think so, but I got my money on Kev. I got money on big homie Kev.
And I'm not biasing them, but Kaufman is a big guy.
Hey man, sometimes that don't matter, bro.
Now Kevin is skinny.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I think Kevin got the leverage and stuff, man. I think I'm pretty sure in my heart of hearts know that Kevin thrown up a few arm bars and triangles in his day. So
Okay. Next one. Snake Discovery or Lori Barchek?
Lori Barchek, definitely. Like I think she went off intimidation factor. I was scared to say hi to her until I was like, hi, Lori. She just had that. She like you couldn't tell me that Lori wasn't a drill instructor in her past life.
Okay.
Girl, man. Shout out to Lori Barchek, man.
I love it. Now, Tyler Nolan or Chandler's Wildlife?
That's it'd be a draw to both of them gassing out.
I love it, man. Great. Just awesome podcast, man. Now it's 2023. I also want to know. So currently, man, the year is just starting, man. So how those holdbacks looking?
I think I'm 2 weeks out from my next clutch. I think if those are female heavy, they're all staying. And then the clutch after that, if that's female heavy, and I hit some visual clown combos out of that, they're all staying because they're all like leopard clown, head enhancer, head G-stripe, like, you know what I mean? So it's just building the blocks for a lot of stuff, and I've like really lucked out with that male. So it's gonna be like now it's like I'm not doing any. I don't want to say wasted breedings, but like I'm not doing any breedings this year for inventory. As far as like the stuff to take the shows and to sell this year, with the way everything's going with the economy, things slowing down, like I'm going to keep maybe 80 to 90% of everything I hatch. and just and let it sit there and let it grow and thrive. And maybe when the economy does come back and it's still like a big, seller's market again, I'll put them out there and they'll have some size on them by then and stuff too.
All right. I love that, man. Now, what did shout out to I can't say the name. Well, I want to say like Tofati Royals or something like that. Give me your take on the Mandarin Dream, man. How did you feel? Give me your opinion on the Mandarin Dream. Are you getting into it?
I plan on picking up a Mandarin male in the next couple months too. I'll work with some things around for that. I think like with every other gene, you have to find the right quality. And there's still some controversy about some of the really, really nice ones you see, whether that's actually a visual hypo Mandarin or not, or super Mandarin hypo. And, there's still a lot of questions about things like that too. But I think it's going to be probably the next big, there aren't going to be any, I doubt there going to be any more incomplete dominant genes in like the 5 figures, like 10,000 or more. But there'll be stuff that potentially make combos and make those big high-end animals. And I think that gene is really special when you put the right stuff to it, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for it. It's still stuff that's not really been tapped into that well, but my main focus beforehand is the LSR Fire. I think that's the next slept on thing. I think next to Lace, that's going to be the best brightening gene to put in projects. I'm working on like LSR Fire, triple recessive stuff right now. So
giving y'all game. I hope y'all writing this down. LSR Fire, you better go get you one. He's giving you knowledge right now.
It's for those who don't know, it's in the Fire Complex. It was proven in 2009 by Earl from Lone Star Reptiles. And the reason why he decided to not give it some other non-fire adjacent name, because it's compatible with fire. It makes an all-white snake. It makes a super fire. But with the LSR Fire, when you do a super with that form, there's no splotches on it. There's no yellow spots like every other super fire. Just a pure white snake with black eyes. LSR Fire Clown has came about right now. I'm working on LSR Fire Clown Pods, LSR Fire DG Clowns. So my goal is to have a rack full of animals. When you open it up, those things are super bright, and you know what I mean. You gotta wear sunglasses to look at these animals. I just lost you on sound. Hold on, hit that. Oh, I'm here by myself.
Am I back?
Yeah, I got you now. I was about to do a little song and dance before you got.
Now, last question, man. Just to also before we go, man, I definitely want to put this up, man, and just thank you, man. Thank you for your service, man. I appreciate you for being a Marine, brother.
Man, thank you for your support, man. So I did my part, to make sure that everybody can sleep at night comfortably in this country, man, too. You know what I mean? And I just felt like me being a healthy young man, that should be an important part of my life growing up to experience that, So I still work for the Department of the Navy now as a contractor. I'm an aerospace engineer and an electrician, whatever, too. So, got a little education under my belt too, but just kind of seeing this project out the door, man. The Harrier is almost done, and I'm probably gonna be one of the last people working on the Harrier. So if you guys know, that's that fighter jet that hovers, you know what I mean? So I've been doing that for 23 years now, and it's almost at its end. And it's gonna be kind of sad seeing it out the door, but it's gonna be time for me to move on and do these snakes full time, man.
All right. Well, everybody in the chat said thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Now, last question, man. This was an amazing podcast. I like to stay to an hour so I can always get another round in 2 or 3 months just to see what you're up to. We always have fun, man, and I love putting people out there just shining a light on them, man, because you're killing it. Now, the last question, man. We all know the iconic duo, Snoop and Martha. Snoop Dogg, Martha. Just icons. So you're Snoop. Who in the reptile game would be your Martha?
Gotta be my girl Mary, man. That's my sister, man. You know what I mean? So Mary, hands down, without a question. There's no second place. It's always gonna be my girl Mary, man. She's always been cool with people. She's always been like a little sister to me and stuff too. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, that's Mary is family, bro. Shout out to Zach and Mary, but Zeri's my little sister, man.
They need to bring that podcast back that you made the picture for. Zach and Mary do a podcast.
Yeah, that was
well, man. This everybody in the chat, please go hit up his Instagram. Please go hit up his Morph Market. Amazing animals. Shout out to High Desert Pythons, man. I hope that you enjoyed chatting with me, man. It was that hour seemed like we talked for 10 minutes, man. It was very fun for me.
Dude, this conversation now was the same as our phone conversation earlier. We just shooting the shit as just two friends having fun, man. And that's how I like these things to be, man. I'm never gonna give you some kind of rehearsed message or sound like some robot, but I'm reading stuff off of man, like I'm gonna speak from the heart. Yeah, sometimes I might like contradict myself or like double speak and stuff too, but you know, I just word vomit.
Man,
but
thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. Hey, guys, have a good weekend, man. Take it easy.
Jerome in the chat, man. What's up? What's good, Jerome?
Finally, what's up, brother?
All right, man. Everybody, this is Big Reptile Talk. Antoine, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna let you thank you in the background, okay? Don't go nowhere, all right?
I'm here.
Super fun episode, man. Like I said, keep them to an hour. Just to chat a little bit, see what people are up to, and maybe down the road get another round, man. So as always, man, you know what we got to do. This is Big Reptile Talk. Shout out to my brother Mile High Mutations, man. He's producing just amazing snakes. Go give him some love. Shout out to my guy Morph Ambitious, man, just producing great snakes. Shout out to my brother Large March Morse, man. I appreciate you, man, for checking it, just supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you. Mike over at MKLL Exotics, man, he's producing hog nose. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Fries Critters, man, much love. I appreciate you for being a sponsor. Shout out to Mad River Service and Rattery, man. Just super great guy, man. He's producing amazing snakes. Y'all go hit him up. You already know about Pythons, man, just producing amazing snakes. And of course, he was in the chat. Shout out to Big Matt Yates, man. If anybody will tell you he's producing quality snakes, hit up his Instagram, hit up his Morph Market, tell him I sent you. Shout out to my brother Ball and Hands Pythons, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Of course, man, King's Reptiles, y'all go give them some love. Husband and wife duo killing it. And last but not least, Low Life Exotics, man. I appreciate you. Until next time, man, you know what it is, man. This is Big Reptile Talk, and we out of here.
Big Reptile Talk.